So, Angel Reese is very clearly the best rebounder in the WNBA. And she has basically tweeted out, calling out, for lack of a better word, I was going to say, Angel Reese calls it her haters in the video. I don't know exactly who she's talking specifically about, but I think she's on the money with what she's saying, because she is the best at what she does. She's the best offensive rebounder. There are some stats that are very skewed. If she just made a higher percent, I think there was one where it was the X amount of points are generated from her offensive rebounds a game, but I'm if she just made her shots, she would be shooting. If she was just but if she shot let's say 60% from the field, then they would generate less points from her offensive rebounds because she makes the first shot. But that's not there are some weird. I think the effectiveness of the offensive rebounding is drastically overstated, considering this team has only broken 80 points once since the break, and they've had they're not shooting a high, they're not scoring well at all. But it is also a fact that she's the best rebounder in WNBA. And if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're only 60 subscribers off 28k. But this is what Angel Reese tweeted out. She tweeted out, "If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. We good." And then retweeting about her rebounding. "We complain about players not being able to do anything to score. How much do we ask when the shots aren't falling? What then? Then this happens. It's not appreciated enough. Angel Reese, a rookie." And I do it's one of two things where it's it is 100% true that the better she's gonna score, or the better she scores, the less offensive rebound she has, but I still think she's the best rebounder in the best offensive rebounder in the WNBA, even without catching her own misses. We saw it. She just dominated A'ja Wilson on the glass. A'ja Wilson didn't want to do it. If you want, and she's right, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, because even again without her own misses, she's still the best offensive rebounder in the WNBA. I don't think there's anyone that's capable of going one-on-one. And not only that, is we saw it with A'ja, that you have to, in the first half, she didn't get too many offensive boards, but you have to basically have a defensive focus on boxing out, which I don't understand why in the women's game nobody boxes out. I actually don't understand it. Is it not taught from a young age because there are no Angel Reese level offensive rebounders in general? But it's mind-boggling that nobody boxes out. And then again, your breaking records haven't been held by since rookie Shaq. Look, she is the best rebounder, but losses keep piling up. It's not on her. The losses keep piling up because the team sucks. 65, 68. I know they had 80 and then they had 75. But with 3 minutes to go, they had 60. It was looking like they were going to have 3 of their 5 games scoring in the 60s. This is not a team built to win games. This is a team built to tank. But she's right. If what Angel Reese was doing was easy, other players would do it. I'm just going to think of a hypothetical, a decent finishing forward. As good as Leah Boston led the league in the WNBA in offensive rebounding last year. She's a good offensive rebounder. If A'ja Wilson was able to rebound on the offensive end as well as Angel Reese can, I think that she would average 30. The problem is, obviously, is the rebounding numbers are going to go down. They're going to go down as she gets better, and that's fine because her scoring numbers are going to go up. And I do think there is, at times, some of these crazy rebounding numbers can be attributed to her poor shooting. But that doesn't matter. That really doesn't matter, because this is a team built to lose. This is a team that were projected to be 12th and got worse. They were projected to be last, and then they traded Marina Mary. Yeah, I get it. No one expected Kennedy Carter, but they're going to be the 9th seed this year. They're going to get a good draft pick, and next year was where we really see about the effectiveness of this. And I think all Angel Reese needs to do is become a below-average shooter. Right now, I think she's the worst finisher in the WNBA. All she has to do is become below average. If she becomes an average shooter, she goes into MVP candidate. If she becomes below average, she goes into all WNBA candidate. That's all she has to do. Like, there is nobody that can do what Angel Reese does. Everything good that she is, as far as intangibles go, as far as willingness to get the ball, as far as ability to seal. Like, if you gave Angel Reese a point guard like Caitlin Clark, she would average 18 a game. Because of all on seals, offensive rebounds, from sealing, offensive rebounds, and, like, running the floor. Because in fairness, she does run the floor hard on offense. From just those three things, she would, if you gave her a point guard like Caitlin Clark, she'd average 18 a game. Because she is the best sealer in the entire W. And that's one of the reasons I think her percentages have gone down, is that Marina Mary used to find her on seals. Marina Mary's gone. So, Angel Reese does certain things better than any other player. On the defensive end, I think when she locks in on defense, I think she's one of the best at her position. I didn't think she was as good defensively today as people gave her credit for, but I do think to start the year, she was immaculate on the defensive end when that was her focus more than the offensive end. But, like, it's still not normal to have a greater than 50-50 chance of winning a rebound offensively. Like, can we just, for a second, realize how crazy that is? Like, a missed shot happens, and the ball's 50-50 to be won. The defensive player should have position. She gets position every time, because the teams don't box out, and she can box out in the offensive end. She just kind of throws... We saw it. She accidentally pushed Anya Ware into Tiffany Hayes. Hopefully she's okay. But, like, she just gets her body in the way. She moves everyone out of the way. And she's just, like... She's just the best at what she does. And now is, like, it's a really interesting season. It's going to be really interesting to see next season. Because right now, she is probably second team all-defense, second in Rookie of the Year, and fantastic rookie season. And an all-star. Fantastic rookie season. But next year is like, does she make the leap? And this is where we will see where Angel Reese... If Angel Reese can make any sort of a leap on the offensive end, because, look, she is shooting the same amount of shots as Caitlin Clark. And I know people don't want to compare them, but they'll be compared till the end of time. She's shooting basically the same amount of shots and averaging 4 points less a game. So that has to be taken into account. And a lot of her baskets are miss all her catcher on rebound, miss catcher on rebound, score. Which at the end of the day is the same outcome as just going and scoring. So I think this rebounding numbers will never be broken because Angel, as I've said, she'll never be as bad at shooting as she is right now. And she will never play with a team of bricklayers more than right now. And that's not a knock on her team. They're just not good shooters. They're just not. They're just straight up not. Like, second in offensive rebounds, I think, is Cardoso. So it's where she can go from here. And I think as far as, like, the intangible factors of it all is that the motor, especially for those rebounds, the motor, the ability to guard the perimeter fours as well as anyone in the league. The, like, obviously the rebounding. All of that is effort. All of that is hustle. And all of that she came in with day one and is still the best at it. And like I said it from the start, and I'm like, she is just all effort. If she gets anything, and like we've seen it a few times, she's moved away from it a bit. We saw it in the first couple of games. She'd get the rebound and she'd start pushing the floor. If we can see any sort of offensive game, like if we can see a few of those times, instead of going up, missing 3-4 times in a row, sometimes when 4 people are on her after the first offensive rebound, she can kick to a shooter. Again, they don't have any shooters. But if in the future we can see her starting to kick to shooters, making a couple of better decisions on the offensive end, with how good a rebounder she is, with how hard she can play, with her motor, sky is the limit for Angel Reese. But we won't know yet. Like, she's still... The deficiencies in her game are not going to be fixed in a season. They're not going to be fixed in 2-3 seasons. Like, we now have to start looking towards incremental improvements on the offensive end year after year after year. And by year 5 or 6, we will see the finished product. And there is no question about it. If the improvements are made, Angel Reese is going to be like an absolute problem. But improvement still needs to be made. Right now, she's a really good player. She has potential to be all WNBA. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one to watch. It's going to be a really fun one to watch as her career progresses on. I think she's right. If everyone could do what she's doing, they would. But we will see. We'll see. Clearly, the second in rookie of the year. I think all defense. I think first team. No, all defensive second team. Yeah, I'll give her that. But this rookie class is going to be serious. Rickea Jackson has 16 points in a quarter. This rookie class is going to be serious. Going to be seriously good. Cardoso's a baller. Cam Brink's a baller. JC Sheldon's very good. If she makes a step up, she's a borderline all-star. Aaliyah Edwards is good. And I know it's not in the draft class, but Leonie Feebich is a baller. And she's only, a year and a half older, or 2 years older than Angel Reese. So, yeah, it is. And the WNBA is in a good spot. And one of the players that are putting it in a good spot is Angel Reese herself. And I think she's dead completely right about her, what she's saying, that if everyone could do what she's doing, they would.